Well, I know you had, there was 2 albums you did with Epic.
Yeah, and yes, I
Okay.
did. I did the first 2 albums with Epic, and at that time, okay, before I go into why I left Epic,
Yeah.
the second album, the first single was Head Over Heels. It was time to choose the next single, which I had already decided. I wanted to be with you, and the record company president at the time, Dave Glue, I'll go ahead and name him, called me in for a meeting. And so my managers and I went in, and he was like, Tone, I gotta tell you, we don't think this song is a good idea. And, we kind of want you to, we're gonna choose something else. I was like, I'm not, no, it's gonna be this one. We probably went back and forth for a good hour, and I just wouldn't budge. It has to be with you. And I guess they thought they would teach me a lesson and show me, because he literally said, oh, this song is so corny that only Stevie Wonder could get away with singing a song like this. But I just wasn't hearing it. So you gotta remember, back in the days, or during that time, there were at least 40 or so major labels.
Yeah.
Each of them with their own local promotion team that would service radio with vinyl, of course. And probably weekly, each of those 40 labels would release 5 to up to 10 artists, or whoever they got, or however many they got, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And so you've got 40 labels with several artists going to the same radio station on music day, on Monday or Tuesday, or whatever day that was. And the program director has 5 slots to fill. So it's impossible that all those records are going to get played or get added. And so my record was serviced to radio with a blank label, white label, that had handwritten information on it. And in my mind, in retrospect, that would have made that particular piece stand out. If it's in a pile of other records and you see this one blank label, well, what's this? And it was my song, With You, and it started to live. It was slow. It was slow cooking.
It was different.
It was a simmer. It's a simmer. And then it started to just, slowly creep up. And then one day I was walking into my manager's office, and we had a receptionist, but maybe she was in the restroom. She wasn't at the desk. Phone was ringing, and I answered it because it seemed like that's what I was supposed to do. I answered the phone, and on the other side was, "Hello, this is Anita Baker, and I'm looking for Tony Terry." And
Anita Baker.
I was like, "Yeah, right. Okay, I'll play. Let's play. This is Tony. Tony, how are you? Listen." And she told me about, she was watching, she was in her bed asleep, and back in the days there was the Arsenio Hall show, and then a show came on after that called The Party Machine, which I had done Arsenio, but I was on The Party Machine, and that was hosted by Nia Peoples, who was at one point married to Howard Hewitt. I was on that show. She said that I was asleep in my bed, and I was awakened by one of the most beautiful songs I ever heard in my life. And I had to find you because I haven't seen a video, and I need to know what's going on. What's going on at your record company, baby? That's her talking to me. and I'm like, oh, I still don't know that I'm talking to her. I'm not sure that I'm talking to Anita Baker because I don't know her. I know of her.
Yeah,
in fact, I had her album, and it was one of my favorites. But this couldn't be. It couldn't be real. And so she asked me, why was there no video? And I told her, well, Epic doesn't think the record's a hit. And so there's no video on the schedule, and I don't think we're going to do one. She was like, what? Those people wouldn't know a hit if it hit them in the forehead. And she said, I'm going to send you $50,000. And I want you to shoot the video for that song. In fact, I'm going to call my friend Blair Underwood because I want him to direct. And then I'm going to give you my publicist, his services for 6 months, Jay Swartz. I was like, well, why? why are you going to send me $50,000? Why are you going to call Blair? Why are you giving me your publicist for 6 months? And then what am I supposed? How do I pay you back? And she said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I just want you to blow up.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. Well,
You
thank
believed
you.
it was her then?
Well, I wasn't sure until the check came. The check, when the check showed up, I was like, oh snap, it's real. And so we did just that. We went out to LA, met up with Blair Underwood. He directed the video. And if you've ever seen it, if you've ever seen a With You video,
Yeah.
this is only one. That's the one that he directed and that she executive produced. And
Was
so
he
I would
still,
call her.
was he still
I'm
in
sorry?
LA Law? Was he still in LA Law when?
He might have been, but this was his directorial debut. He
Wow.
never directed anything before With You. And so it happened. And then it started, it just wouldn't go away. It just started after the video came out, then the record really took off. And then my record company was like, we knew this was a brilliant record from the very beginning. I was like, what? And I got pissed. But my managers told me I couldn't, because I was the kind of guy that would say, no, you didn't. Y'all told me not to do this record. In fact, you told me only Stevie Wonder could do it. I would have been that guy.
Yeah.
But my managers were like, you can't do that. Let them have it. Let them think, because you want them to be excited about working with you.
Yeah.
If they take the credit, let them have it. I didn't like that one bit. I didn't, because I knew that they didn't want the song. And so it turned out that the song was a hit, and it stayed on the charts probably longer. It set a record. I don't remember how long, but it stayed on a long time. Just would not go away. Like 9 months or something like that.
Wow.
Something insane. It stayed on a very, very long time.